Completed in the year 1086 at the direction of William the Conqueror, the Domesday Book recorded how many hundreds of family estates were in each shire within the several counties of England and Wales, as well as what taxes were owed to the king. After the wholesale redistribution of land following the Norman conquest in 1066, the principal purpose of this survey was to determine what taxes were owed to William's father, Edward the Confessor. Not until the Victorian era return of owners of land survey in 1873, nearly 800 years later, was any survey of such extent and scope attempted in England. Back in the 11th century, William's purpose was to assess the financial resources of his kingdom. But from an historical perspective, it can be shown which family held what lands, as well as what that land was valuing at each estate nearly 1,000 years before. The original manuscript from 1086 is held at the British National Archives at Kew in the district of the Bureau of Richmond-on-Thames in London. Today is the Feast of the Holy Family, which is customarily the Sunday within the octave of Christmas. Now, an octave is an 8-day extension of a particular feast. At one time, the church held as many as 20 octaves associated with various feasts, but in the simplification of the ecclesiastical calendar in 1969, only the solemnities of Christmas and Easter have octaves. Veneration of the Holy Family, on the other hand, was formally instituted in Quebec by its first bishop during the last quarter of the 17th century. Pope Leo XIII instituted it as a liturgical feast in 1893, and he set it as the Sunday within the octave of the Epiphany, that is roughly 1 week later than we would be right now. And in the extraordinary form, it falls on the octave day of the Epiphany, or January 13th. In instituting this feast at the end of the 19th century, Pope Leo XIII indicated that among the fruits of devotion to the Holy Family in the home, charity is likely to be maintained in the family. A good influence is thus exerted over conduct. The practice of virtue is incited, and thus the hardships are mitigated and made easier to bear. He further indicated that St. Joseph provides fathers a model of vigilance and care. Mary gives mothers an excellent example of modesty and love and faith. And in Jesus, children have a divine pattern of obedience and behavior. In our own time, Pope Francis has called upon families to find precious guidance for the styles and choices of life, and to draw strength and wisdom for each day's journey from the example of the Holy Family. As we approach this altar to receive the sacred body and blood, soul and divinity of Jesus Christ, let us each, from within our own family, seek to model our lives on the examples and the virtues of the Holy Family of Nazareth. May we always look to Jesus, Mary, and Joseph for guidance and strength, example, and perseverance.